You know, animation rules the roost here at Comic-Con, and so there are so many great animated films and different comic books and everything you can see. Taryn, I want to ask you about this. How good does it feel to do something where you don't have to get dressed up?
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. I really love voice work. I always have done, and as you say, you know, there can be lots of opportunities to be involved with animation as an actor, but something like this, a kind of quite classic Henson product in that it's all done with puppets. Those opportunities don't really come along very often. So for me, that in itself would have been exciting enough. I'm also just a massive fan of The Dark Crystal, the 1982 film, and it's a great honour to be part of this new chapter, this prequel.
And it is part of the Henson family legacy. And I mean, when you talk about Jim Henson, he's a man who shaped people's lives and changed America. And Lisa, your father was just great. Well, he was great, but this is a prequel, so it's different than the original, but explain it to everybody.
It's different, but it's very similar. You know, Netflix gave us this huge opportunity to make a series that looks like the movie. So they said, like, use puppets, make it look as rich and authentic as the original film, and we were just blown away with that. Like, that they would want to make such a huge investment and take a great, wonderful chance on puppets, because, as you said, there's a lot of animation out there and not a lot of puppetry. But we really went for it. Louis learned everything there is to learn about shooting puppets, and then he added tremendously to how the puppets are shot, so it really feels modern and great.
And you guys had Mark Hamill moderate your panel. So what's that like being in Hall H with Mark Hamill?
He didn't moderate, he was a guest, but then he ended up moderating. It's like, when you have Mark Hamill, you just like, he took over, and and we were very happy. It was just like everyone, we were like part of the audience, just standing on stage next to him. He's an amazing storyteller, obviously an incredible actor, a wonderful person. Taryn's, second father now.
I was weak at the knees.
Were you?
Yeah, I mean, it's Luke Skywalker. And I was saying earlier, actually, and I do feel this, the great thing about Mark is, in terms of movies of this era, this early 80s period, he really is an icon, and there's something that just feels really appropriate about him being involved in this series.
Yeah, was watching the trailer, and then I looked at it and I realized the movie from '82, Jennifer Connelly was in that movie, and she was just in here, right?
She did Labyrinth.
She was in Labyrinth. Labyrinth's a different one. It's funny.
They're often mentioned in the same breath.
Right, because everybody, and so Jennifer was just in here.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Well, so Lisa talking to her.
It's amazing because she looks exactly the same.
Yeah, she looks amazing, doesn't she?
So beautiful.
I don't know how that works. Did we get her moisturizer?
She has something special. Okay, explain the prequel tie-ins. Can you, if you can, tell us any?
It really connects directly to the film because you're backing up in time. In the original film, if people have seen the film, the Gelfling go and visit a ruin, and they think there are the only two Gelfling left in the world. They see this ruin of a culture and a civilization, and they realize they came from somewhere. So in our television series, we go back to that time and that civilization, and we see the amazing, it's a very big tapestry, and many, many characters, a very populated, colorful, spectacular world. And so in a way it's a little different from the film because the film's very dark and subdued and quiet with just not that many characters, and this is a very vibrant, big, dramatic, action-packed, adventurous
and emotional
kind of
and we needed, obviously with the beauty of the Henson puppets, but we needed a cast, led by Taryn, but a cast of that magnitude and amplitude just to bring the emotion forward. I mean, I think we have the best cast in the world ever put together.
Taryn was the first one in, and then he kind of, it created a snowball, and so many, every role is played by somebody pretty big.
Very, very, very lovely of you to say that. But I think there's it's a great thing to be a part of, and Simon Pegg and Mark Hamill and
Anya
Taylor-Joy, Natalie Emmanuel, all these people are. The original movie is just so. If you haven't seen the original Dark Crystal, you have to see it. It's amazing. It's unlike anything else. Preferably before August 30th, because there's a series coming out. But I think as lovely as it is of you to say that, I think it really is just a great thing to be a part of.
I want to ask you real quick about rumors about Wolverine.
Yes. No. It's, no.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, big news here at Comic-Con. Yes.
No, it's lovely that anyone. I'm surprised by it. I never really thought of myself that way, that anyone would think that that was a possibility. There's no truth to it, but it's a lovely rumour, and of course those films are fantastic, and I'm a fan, and it's lovely to be mentioned.
Yeah, as soon as you walked up, I was like, oh, he's growing the beard.
Weirdly,
your beard has started growing since yesterday.
Weirdly, my beard grows in a very odd shape here, which does feel quite Wolverine, actually. But
Will there, you see this series, and how do you continue this legacy, the Henson legacy, and all the stuff that you guys used to put out, and that is, like I said, a part of American fabric?
Thank you for asking. I think that our main contribution is to continue the tradition of puppetry and puppet building and training and encouraging puppeteers, because it's not as big of a thing in culture as animation. Puppetry is still a little bit more specialized, and puppeteers, as hard, we talk about our great cast, but we also have an amazing cast of puppeteers, 12 people who pretty much carried this whole entire show on their arms, and I think what we've done for puppetry is just keep the tradition going, and not let people forget the techniques and the art form, because it's pretty special.
Okay, turn to other things I want to ask you about Sing 2.
yeah,
What can you tell us? And what are you singing?
Oh, I'm not allowed to tell you anything. No. I can tell you that we're working on it now. I'm having a really great time. There's a couple of new people who've joined who I am staggered are involved, but I can't tell you who they are. And I think it's going to be great. It's a really cool new chapter of the story, and as someone who loves singing, it's a really great job for me. But I don't know what I do know one of the songs I'm doing, but I can't tell you.
You can't tell me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. August 6th is the Blu-ray and DVD release of Rocketman.
Right,
and
yeah.
It has some special scenes that were missing, including
It's
like
very
Punky Cat.
exciting. It's very, very exciting. So we shot so much on that movie, and for whatever reason, pacing, economy of storytelling, lots of it didn't make it into the film, and some of it we really mourned, because there's some bits that we're really proud of, but now's an opportunity to show people. And so when it comes out on DVD, people will see some extra content. Hopefully not see the movie for the first time. If you haven't seen it in the theatre, shame on you, but it'll be really exciting to share these extra bits.
A lot of people have seen it in the theater, almost $200 million worldwide.
It's been great. It's been really great. It's been an amazing episode in my life, and I'm so pleased that people connected with it in the way they did.
Yeah, and it is really cool if you get to see some of those left out things. Like I was talking about Hunky Cat, we just saw that.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it before, and I was like, it's spectacular. I was shocked.
It's cool. That was so at the end of the duet that myself and Richard Madden do, we shot a big dance break, kind of MGM musical style, and it didn't make the movie, but it's really cool. So that's on there, which is exciting.
All right. Will there be more puppets in the future? Will we see more?
We are always doing puppets. Yeah. We do puppets for kids. We have great, preschool puppetry. We have now puppetry is kind of popular for adults too. We do, alternative type puppetry programming for adults, and then, we're working on Fraggle Rock for the future, and people want to see that come back.
Yeah, they do. Everything old is new again. Yeah. Have you had a great Comic-Con experience? What's it been like?
It was, guys, it's been pretty great, right?
It's been good. That screening yesterday was really good.
When people have responded really well.
When 7,500 people give you love at the same time, it's just a tremendous experience.
It's huge to show episode 1 like that, and nobody's really seen it, and have thousands of people see it at once, and they were pretty riveted. They just
and by the way,
they just
people
soaked
are
it up.
sleeping outside to get in there. It's not like they're like, oh, I'm just going to walk up and go see it. They sleep outside. And you're like, ooh.
The thing that people don't know, the crowd doesn't know, is that it's how people fan over each other, like how the actors, like they meet each other outside, like, oh, I'm a huge fan of yours. You just met the Flash, who just is a huge fan of yours.
I just met the Flash outside, and he was just really nice about Rocketman, and I walked past him and I went, the Flash. Amazing. I mean, for me, this was one of the first things I ever did when I first came to America, is Comic-Con, and it has a really special place in my heart. I am a comic book fan. I just think the energy here is amazing. The
Did
joy.
you dress up?
Have I dressed up here?
Yeah.
No, only as Taron. But no, I'd love to. But I think there's something in the UK we don't quite have anything comparable. Well, there are comic conventions now, but we don't have like something that's got this sort of level of unbridled joy. You know, we maybe take ourselves a bit too seriously for it, and I don't know what it is, but I love it here. I absolutely love it.